Super Bowl's coming up, metaphorically, and we got the Chiefs and we got the Eagles in it. And at some point, somebody goes, "Who do you like?" And you go, "I like the Eagles." And someone goes, "Yeah, not a good, wrong answer." And then you go, "Why?" And they go, "Well, the guy's casting the movie, and the guy's directing the movie, and the guy, Ted Sarandos, is married to a Chiefs fan. So the guy who runs Netflix, wife is a hardcore Chiefs fan." And then you go, "Oh, but I like the Eagles." And they go, "Yeah, I know, but his wife is a huge Chiefs fan, and Ted, he's not going to hire an Eagles." And then next thing you know, magically, 100% of Hollywood is a Chiefs fan. And you go, well, how could that happen? I mean, how did 100% of Hollywood come down on... If you took the 10 bullet points of COVID, whether it was where it emanated from, was it a lab, was it a wet market, do masks work, does social distancing work, does ivermectin work? If you took all 10 of those, Hollywood was 10 for 10 on every single one of them. Nobody in Hollywood went, "I think ivermectin's a good thing." They're cowards, they're hypocrites, they're pussies, but they're also vying for a job that they don't have. You have to be popular. You're not going to get a job. They'll throw you out. They don't need you. They don't need anybody in Hollywood.
But it also seems like they actually believe what they're saying. I mean, you have these
they're
things
actors.
where like the Zoom thing with like all of these actors telling you, put on your mask and do this and do that.
Yes.
And I don't even have a strong opinion on COVID, but it was interesting that it seemed like they're so passionate about it. They go to these awards ceremonies, and when they have the mic finally in their hands, they go and they want to share their political agenda. And I'm like, well, I feel like no one's forcing you to do that.
Let's go back to Ted Sarandos and Netflix and his wife, who's a huge Chiefs fan, right? You could say, "I'm an Eagles fan," and tell Ted and tell his wife, "I'm a huge Eagles fan," in which case you'll never get another job. Or you could say, tell Ted and his wife, who's a Chiefs fan, "I don't really like football. Like, I'm agnostic. Like, I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl." Okay, maybe you get a job, maybe you don't get a job. Or you could go get a Chiefs jersey and wear it to the next party that Ted and his wife invite you to, and then do a little soliloquy on how much you love Patrick Mahomes, and then you would get a job. Or at least your chances of getting a job would go up a lot more. So when you see these people making their proclamations, if you are just silent about, like, let's just say COVID comes around and you go, "I have no opinion on it." If COVID comes around and you go, "This is bullshit, you guys are getting played, and this is a pharmaceutical and a government grab because we're in an election year," then you're out. You're not working in Hollywood at all. If you go, "I'm agnostic about COVID, like I don't have strong feelings about it, but whatever," then you're in the middle. And if you give grandiose speeches about COVID and do all the shit you were talking about, then you get to stay and thrive in Hollywood and go to the next cocktail party.
So do you have a lot of Hollywood elites that reach out to you secretly through DM? So they just completely are unwilling, or maybe they do truly believe it. I'm just curious if you have people that like hit you up.
No. But so I did not help myself economically by removing myself from the mainstream of Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I make a fine living doing something else, but I did not help myself by removing myself from Hollywood.
Speaking of a lot of that, you're very outspoken about California. If you were 25 years old today, would you stay or leave?
Oh, I would leave. For sure. I would not definitely want to. There's so many other good places now. Like, there was no... If somebody would have said to me when I was 25, Wyoming's a pretty nice place to live, I'd go, "Are you nuts? What do you do in Wyoming? There's nothing in Wyoming." I thought people, when I was a kid, I thought people in Texas just rode horses everywhere. And, like I thought it was, Hoss from the Ponderosa. I didn't even know that there's a P.F. Chang's on every corner and a and a pro golf place, and who cares now? You can just go wherever you want. Airlines go everywhere. Like, used to be, you couldn't go places because you weren't that mobile. Like, you could live in Nevada, you could have a business in Los Angeles, you could drive back and forth twice a week or whatever. When I was young, we didn't have a car that would make it back and forth to Nevada. It would overheat. Like, you couldn't go to Nevada. You couldn't go from LA to Nevada in July. Your car would die in Death Valley. Like, literally just overheat, or you didn't have air conditioning or whatever. You travel. I mean, I travel the country, and I really travel the country. And you travel around, you go to Provo, Utah, and you go, I could live here. This is nice. It's clean. It's safe. I think part of the problem with California is people figured out they can go anywhere.
That was iced coffee.
So when you see
Adam Carolla, what show he used to be? I used to get him and Norman Lee. What's his name? What's the other comedian's name? Oh shit! I always forget if the mic is on or not. But what's the other comedian's name? I always get the one that passed away. Dave McDonald, I think his name was. I always get him and this guy Adam Carolla confused. But yeah, that is pretty much it in a nutshell. It's a very cocky, small club that they don't really want. That's why I kind of just want to do my own thing on social media, because Hollywood out here in LA, these they'll make you swing on them. They'll make you punch them in the face. These Hollywood, because they're such pretentious pricks. Even the women too. You know what I'm saying? Then like with social media, the rise of social media, Hollywood is dead anyway, man. And especially Hollywood out here in LA. LA is so. It's just so drab out here. It's just not, it's just not good, So I always encourage people ask me about coming out here and doing, I talk to people, friends. I said, man, stay where you at. You can do YouTube and do social media somewhere else and blow up probably bigger than you would coming out. Don't come out to LA, because LA has turned into an immigrant city. This is a place made for immigrants now. It's not. Hollywood is done. I mean, they still do shoots here and there. You'll see it pop up, but it's not how it used to be. Even before leading up to the pandemic, it was still kind of iffy out here. And then the pandemic came and it just hasn't been the same. Then after that, they had a writer's strike maybe a year after the pandemic. So that lasted about 6 months to a year. So, and they really couldn't. They still kind of trying to get their footing back from that. So it's just not the same what it used to be. When I first came, if I could do it all over again, I probably would just stay in Florida and do something and start my own shit in Florida, and then come out here to either do like a deal with some studio. If I was to, I would create my own buzz somewhere else. Which with social media you can. You don't have to come out here and pay this high ass rent. It's motherfuckers making more off social media than they are if they ever came than the motherfuckers in Hollywood. There's people making more than the Hollywood actors now off social media, off of streaming and doing YouTube and social media deals and brand deals and selling their own merch. Motherfuckers ain't even gotta come. They can, who is that? Mr. Beast. He pretty much got his own functioning studio in his hometown of North Carolina. He ain't gotta come to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Consonet, he's making movie star money, and he only have not one movie out. And he's based in Atlanta. So it's like, you don't have to, Hollywood is dead, man. It's on its way out. That shit is going to be only for people that's my age and up that are into cinema, because we came up on it. We grew up on it. This generation, they grew up on social media. That's their Brad Pitt. That's their Denzel. You know what I'm saying? Is the social media cats, the Mr. Beasts, the Kai Cenats, But anyway, so check out this channel. Support Adam Carolla on this channel. I just subscribed to it, and check out his videos. It's called Iced Coffee Hour Clips. The Iced Coffee Hour Clips. Just want to give credit to the people that provided me with this content to do reaction to. Anyway, what y'all think about this video, man? Let's talk about it in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button, and I'll talk to y'all later.